Hello everyone, welcome to my stream today. So today is the second session. I am going to play against premium users on Chess24. You guys can challenge me and I am going to accept the challenge from premium members. I'm just gonna choose random players. So let's start first with the top, like the first offer I see here. So I have white in this game, and my opponent is, I guess this is from Turkey. Okay, good luck. Okay, so this c5 is not that great because I can take the center with d5, but I can also take on c5 and trade queens. A bit aggressive here with long castling and try to attack on the king side. So the normal plan in the Marxi by structure is f3, uh, f3 g4, something like that. Normally white castle short, but I wanted to make the game more interesting, so I'm gonna castle long and try to attack on the king side, maybe with g4, g5. Okay, a5 is not that great because now I can go knight b5, take the pawn on d6. Normally black wants to play a6 and prevent white's knight from coming to b5. So this is a pawn up for white, and black still cannot castle. Okay, he wants to castle. So let's go g4, get some more space, and threatening g5 in some lines, and win the d7 bishop. So that's my trick. This is totally winning for white. Okay, he is attacking some pawns, but it's not that important. Still, I wanted to keep the pawn with a3, and maybe bishop c5, win the rook too. He should play some knight e5, but it really doesn't matter now. Okay, so that's my good first game. So let's continue with another game. So today I want to give some priority to the lower rated players. So I'm gonna choose first the players who are um, lower than 2000, but of course then I will also play some stronger players. And just to give equal opportunity to everyone. So this second game I'm playing black against Gorochetu. That's from Spain. Okay. So English opening. Okay. So there are many options here, but I'm just gonna go with the most principal move. So this is like a reserve Sicilian. I am playing with black, a tempo down, but I don't think that's a big deal. So remember the last game I was quite successful with this Marxi pawn structure with white. So now I'm trying to do it with black too. c5, knight c6, bishop e6. Okay, e4, I don't think that's a good move because um, I have good control of the d4 square, and also now knight b4 is attacking d3. So he has to go something like bishop e3 or knight. He can go knight f3, I go knight c6, and then he has to go bishop e3 anyway. Okay, that's interesting, but I think it's a mistake because after bishop e6, the queen has to move again. That's not good. Queen a4, knight d3, bishop d3, queen d3, just up a pawn. Okay, he got knight d5. So if I take d5, yeah, I can take d5. Bishop d5, queen b7, knight d4 is winning. So queen has to go back, but then I'm just a pawn up. White doesn't really have any compensation here. So it's just a very nice advantage for black. Rook d8, rook e8 coming next, and white is now pawn for no compensation. d3 is also very weak. I can try to attack it later. So let's just play rook e8 first. Useful move. h6 is also a useful move. b6, same thing. And then maybe I'll try bishop e6, bishop f5 to attack d3. Or I can try to break in the center with e4. So I think I want bishop f6 and maybe e4. Yeah, let's go for that. Wait, maybe now he wants 92. Okay, let's go bishop e6, ready for bishop f5 or knight b4. So remember the last game, I also have this knight b5, now I have this knight b4 idea, attacking d3. Also bishop f5 is a strong move. So d3 is a big weakness there. Okay, knight e1 is a good move. He's defending d3. So I'm playing bishop f5 attack, putting more pressure on d3 and renewing the threat of knight b4. I think white has to play a3 here to stop knight b4. Otherwise, knight b4 and they cannot defend the pawn. Okay, g4 is a very risky move. He opened up the king side, but his king side is actually very weak here. So I don't think that's a great decision. And after bishop g5 is completely lost for white. There's no way to defend the material. Knight e3, bishop f4 is lost. So that's the thing. You shouldn't ignore all these principles, like don't weaken your king side too much when you don't have that many pieces around your king. So now I'm up a rook and still up several pawns. Queen e2, rook d3 is over. Okay, good game. All right, let's try another one. Okay, this game I'm black against GRZK. Okay, so let's go with the knight f6 in the first move. Nimzo, I guess. Okay, so I have many options here. Let's go with something unusual. C5. I like the Benoni, so let's try the Benoni. D5, ED, CD, very complicated. Okay, DC is not a principal move. It's playable, of course, but it allows black to develop the bishop in one move, and white doesn't really have the space advantage anymore. So I'm thinking about queen b6. Queen b6, double attack on f2 and b2. So it's impossible for white to defend both. He probably has to play e3, then I take on b2, and then I think I'm already better there. I allow bishop f6, gf, but I think that's not too dangerous for black. So bishop b4, I think is a good move. He can take on f6, attack gf, and then I think he has to allow me to trade the queens. It means my king side is not weak anymore, and I still have the bishop pair and a pawn up. So this is much better for black. Bishop b7 is coming next with knight a6, knight c5, or rook c8. So this is a dream position for black. Rook c8 is coming, knight a6, knight c5. This is almost winning for black, I believe. Knight g3, knight a6, probably. Or knight f6, king g7, knight h5, king f8. The king is very safe here. Okay, I'll keep that pawn with f6. Nothing wrong with that. king is going to e7, and the knight has to go back to h5. Then I go knight a6, g4 doesn't really do anything much. I can take. Okay, I'm gonna go back bishop d6, preparing for knight b4. So very healthy pawn up for black, and this should be totally winning for me. So bishop f4 is coming. Okay, maybe I should have taken f4 before, but it's okay. This is still winning. So what if I take on f3 and play e5? Oh, he has rook takes b4. Okay, that's not great. Rook c4 looks good. Fg looks good. Yeah, let's take on c4. Gf, probably ef. I can take ef, but let's go rook ac8. Let's try to be a principal player. So don't need to be too pretty there, and just play positionally. Fe, I can go rook c2, rook c2, rook c2, and then I should win the a2 pawn. Maybe knight d4, I have e5. Yeah, e5 looks really good to me. Knight b5, rook c2, and again I win the a2 pawn. Okay, bishop f3, then rook takes b2. If knight b2, bishop b4 is checkmate. So knight d6, but then I have rook e2 check and then king d6. So this is already winning for me. Okay, good game. So let's try another one. Okay, this time I am white. Let's try b3. This move has become very popular lately, especially. I mean, some people try it even in classical games like Jobaba, Rapport, but recently also many people play it in online and rapid and blitz tournaments. So the point is white display like the, how do we say that, the nimzo, reserve color of the nimzo, where the bishop, where white gives the bishop for the knight on c6 and doubling the black's pawn structure. So slightly better pawn structure for white, but of course it's still a long game. Black has the bishop pair. Okay, I should take. So question is, okay, he wants to trade the bishop. That's okay for me. Queen e5 maybe. Queen e5, queen e5, fe. Okay, he doesn't want to trade that. But then his pawns may become a little bit weak here. After e4, his pawn on e5 may become a bit weak. Okay, d4 is a positional mistake. He should have played some queen a5, maybe queen a2. But here, the knight just got a beautiful square on c4, and the e5 pawn should be lost very soon. Right now, I don't see a way to defend e5. So queen takes e5 is coming, and then all these pawns, c5, c6, are very weak. So this is positionally lost for black. So let's say rook f1, rook f1, rook e8 is not playable because of queen f7 check and queen f8. So if rook e8 now, I have rook takes f8, and then rook f8, queen e5. So the e5 pawn is gone, and black doesn't have any compensation. I think the critical mistake was e5 for black there on move, what is it, move 14? Yeah, move 14. So he didn't need to play e5 there. He could make some way to move like rook e8, rook e8, rook f7 there. Slowly prepare e5, but once you play e5, you have to be careful of this stuff. So now any endgame is winning for me. I'm gonna trade the rooks. Actually, maybe I should be more greedy here. Try to win the c5 pawn. Maybe my knight is going to a4. Knight b2, knight a4, winning the c5 pawn. Okay, knight b2. How is he planning to defend that? Rook f1, rook f1, king f1, king f8. Yeah, that's also good. So take, and then knight d6, knight b7, winning that c5 pawn. If okay, king f7, knight d6, king e6, knight b7. Oh, well, I can take the bishop too and win that too, but I'm just gonna play knight b7 to show that the c5 pawn is the biggest weakness for black here. Yeah, he has this bishop d1 idea, but I can just stop it with king e1 very easily, and then take the pawn. Now maybe d4 is another weakness that I can attack with maybe knight c5, knight b3, or I can just trade that pawn with c3. But let me show that that pawn can be weak too. So let's go c3 now. And then I'm gonna go d4 later. Yeah, I can go d4 now. So 2 pawns up should be a pretty easy win here. Okay, black is running out of moves soon and he has to go back. And then I go b4 and then can get that pawn. Okay, good game. Yeah, my opponent's main mistake was e5, but he got a decent position after the opening. Okay, let's try another one. So let's try g3 this time. Okay, he's copying my move. That's good. Okay, let's see how many moves he can copy me. He can play c6 now. Okay, that's good. He doesn't copy my move anymore. So I get the pawn. So now how is he gonna get that back? I don't know. I don't see how. Knight e4, I have knight g5. So maybe I should play b4 now. b4, knight e4. I don't want that. Knight bd2 maybe. What is he planning to do? Let's go knight a3. It's a useful developing move anyway. So my knight can come to b5 later. Okay, b5. Now I play b4. My knight can come to b5. Now, right now I have the threat of b5 because e5 pawn will be hanging then. So if we play e4 now, I can go knight d4 and capture with the c pawn. The other knight can come to b5 and d6. The bishop can come to f4. So a very healthy pawn advantage here for white. Okay, a6 is a useful move. That's a good one to prevent knight coming to d6. So bishop f4, bishop d6 is my plan. Maybe the rook can go to b1 and try to play c4 later. Or I can also just play queen d2, rook d1, trying to attack d5. So what do I want here? Maybe queen d2 is not a bad move. So sometimes I can play bishop h6 and trade that bishop. So I'm not sure what black should do here. I can also play f3, just um, open up the center. f3 seems like a very reasonable move. I'm gonna play f3 because I use the fact that he cannot play f5 now. The bishop is hanging, so he has to take on f3, but then ef, and I open up the position. Black doesn't have any counterplay here, so he can play knight d4, cd, queen f6 or something, but I always have bishop e5. Okay, he can do that. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna try a4, b5. So let's start first with knight c2, preparing for a4, b5, get a pass pawn there. So when you have a pawn majority, you just create a pass pawn on that side. Okay, he wants to play g5. Interesting. But let him do that. I don't think that's a problem. Or maybe I can go bishop e5 first. Just trade that bishop and get my knight to d4. So not a problem here at all. Let's play rook ac1, just a prophylactic move. Maybe a4 now. I don't really like a4 yet because he can take bishop e5, de, a5. Maybe that's the trick. So I'm gonna play f4, I think, just to keep my bishop safely on e5, and then my knight can come to d4. My bishop maybe eventually go to b3, attacking d5. So let's go knight d4, I guess. Maybe e3 first. Doesn't hurt to make this prophylactic move. Rook d1, and now a4. Knight back, knight d4. So very healthy advantage for white here. b5 is coming, c6 is coming. Can also take a5 first because c5 is not really hanging. Okay, this is mate. This is checkmate. Okay, good game. Yeah, his main mistake was just he gave up the c5 pawn too early, so he didn't get to get the pawn back, and that was very important. So let's try another game here. So this time I am black. Rock Kramer, good luck. Okay, let's try the King's Indian this time. I have no idea how to play this opening, but I know it's an interesting opening. So let's see, what am I supposed to do here? e5, I think, is the main move. d5, and then I can do a5 or knight h5. So let's try a5. Knight a6. Okay, he's not supposed to play bishop e2. That's not the best move because, well, normally white try to play g4 and keep the bishop on f1, g4, g5, h4, something like that. But of course, this is also playable. So let me think, should I go knight h5, knight f4, or should I go knight d7? I think knight d7 is supposed to be the better move. Yeah, knight d7 is supposed to be the better move. Knight h5, g3, and the knight is not coming to f4. So knight d7, maybe knight c5 now. Yeah, I think knight c5 and f5 has to be the critical move. f5. If ef, I can take with pawn or bishop. It's unclear what I should do. Maybe take with pawn is not bad. So let's go queen e8. Bishop g5 is not a great move because it will have to retreat later with h6. So actually now I have an option. Do I want f4? So f4, it has to play f3, h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop f2, h5. So do I want that or do I want h6 now? Bishop e3, f4, bishop c5. So, okay, probably I want him to weaken the king side a little bit with f3. So then I can play quickly with h6, g5, and try to play with g4 coming next. So black's whole idea is to go queen g6, g4, and try to mate white. So in this case, white's attack on the queen side is still very far away. He didn't get a3 before at all, and it's unclear how he's going to attack me. If he wants before, he has to play b3, a3, rook b1, b4. So it takes a lot of time because if a3, I can play a4 and stop that. Okay, h4 is a bad move because allow me to play g4 very quickly, and now g3 is a big threat. Okay, he played g3 himself. But generally, this is bad for white because yeah, black's attack is very dangerous on the king side. So I activate my bishop there. Okay, here I actually can play f3, bishop d1. Okay, I was thinking about some bishop d2, but it didn't work. So I can go queen g6 maybe. Let's go a4. Yeah, let's go a4. That's the positional way to play. So just stopping white from any attack there. And then I can think later. Just developing my pieces, I guess. I can play f3 any moment I want. So no rush at all. Wait, actually f3 there was winning because the bishop is trapped. But it's okay, I can do it next move. Fg is also now a threat. Fg, bishop g3, something like f3 is a good move now. Fg, I can take the rook on c1. Let's take this first, and then we take b3. Rook f8 is coming, also knight d2. Totally lost for white. So I'm up a rook, and still a big attack on the king side or the queen side. Okay, good game. So yeah, in King's Indian defense, normally you have to be careful of this king side attack. You don't want to play this move like h4, give black an easy attack there. Okay, so this game against Crypto, I have black. We are playing English opening again, and I'm trying to play this as I am white and playing against Sicilian. So this is similar to the dragon variation of the Sicilian. So far, my opponent has played on the book move here. Bishop d2 is not the main line, but also playable. Normally, you want bishop e3 or a3 before. But it's still playable, of course, nothing wrong. So do I want a5 or knight d4, bishop g4? So many moves here. Let's try bishop f8. Just a positional move. Getting ready to play knight d4 maybe. So knight d4 I think cannot be a bad move. And then maybe c6. Just closing that long diagonal and preparing for the bishop to come to g4. a4 is interesting, but do I have knight b3? I think I do. Knight b3 looks like a good move. and then probably bishop e6. Yeah, he doesn't really have a5, so I don't have to rush with knight takes d2 or anything. Okay, he still doesn't have a5, but I'm gonna play a5 myself just to stop that pawn and get the b4 square. So maybe he can play something like knight a1, but then my knight will come back to d4, and this is a huge improvement for my position. So bishop e4 is on the move here, e d4, knight move somewhere, then I take a4, up material. Or should I take with bishop? Okay, taking with knight is fine. And then, well, let's play a positional move with h6. Then maybe queen b6. Yeah, I can do a lot of move here. Queen b4 maybe. And then queen f4, maybe I have knight takes b2. Knight takes b2, rook takes b2, queen takes a3. That looks good for me. So let's go. Let's go for it. Wait, did I miss knight c2? No, I did not. Knight c2, I have bishop c2, rook c2, knight d3. That's the point. Okay, so here I can take with any piece. I'll take with, wait, it's not so easy. Take with bishop. He has rook takes c4, but I'm thinking I have knight takes d3. Okay, so dc, then I just go a4, a3. And this should be winning for me. 2 pawns up, and the a pawn is extremely dangerous. White doesn't have any attack on the king side. I have to be careful a little bit with some queen g4, but then I just go king h8 or rook e6. And I don't think it's dangerous for black. Okay, let's take and take e2. Oh no, sorry. Oh, I should have played a3, but okay, it's still winning here. Yeah, a3 is just much easier, but this is also good enough to win, fortunately. So rook a2, rook d2, and then a2, and white will lose the rook back. This is over. Okay, good game, good game. So let me try another one. Okay, let's try b3 again. This move it looks harmless, but actually it's still very interesting. So long time ago when I was a kid, I played this b3, and then my opponents play something like this. And then in some bullet game, I would go g4 like this, bishop g7, h4. And then because it's a bullet game, sometimes people make this move h5 automatically, and then g5 just wins the knight. So I'm gonna try to play like a kid again. Black cannot take g4 immediately, so black probably has to play some d6. Yeah, d6 is a good move. I don't have to play g5 yet. So okay, I'm gonna play g5 now. Knight has to go to h5, I guess. Or g8. Wow, g8. I thought h5 is a better square for the knight because yeah, you don't want to go backward. Okay, this is a nice positional advantage for white. I'm actually winning a pawn here, and also his pawn structure is bad. So you guys can see this b3 is not that harmless for black. Black still has to be a bit careful. So positionally, this is totally winning for white. I'm gonna take bishop e5 later, long castle. Everything is great for white here. Let's go bishop e5, knight e5, and then maybe f3, e4. Okay, he give me this exchange, which I'll take happily. Okay, good game, good game. So let's try another one. Okay, so now I'm black. Let's try something else. Maybe f5. So the Dutch defense is also an interesting opening. What am I supposed to do here? Queen e8 or knight c6? Knight c6, d5. Um, Let me play c6 and queen c7. Also seems reasonable. Okay. I didn't need to play queen c7 because after b3 I can play e5 immediately. Knight e5 is losing due to queen d4. So knight e1. Maybe I should play e4 myself. But let's develop here. Play principal chess. Bishop is coming to e6. I like my position here. Queen. Okay, my knight is coming to d3. Should I do that? Yeah, why not? Knight's coming to d3. And maybe rook f7, rook d7, or queen somewhere, rook d8. Okay, rook f7 seems like a logical move. Rook d7, before rook d7, rook d1, and then I'm thinking knight d3, but maybe I have a better move. Maybe knight b3, queen b3, rook d2. So my question is, should I trade my knight on c5 with the one on e1? My knight on c5 looks a little bit better, so I don't want to trade that. But on the other hand, so if I go knight b3, queen b3, rook d2, yeah, let's go for that. It looks a little bit weird, that's why I'm thinking a little bit. But maybe he has something like knight takes b3, rook takes d1, knight d4. In the worst case scenario, I can take on d4 with the rook and still have some advantage there. So I don't think I'm worse at all. Okay, so let's go for this. So I trade the knight on c5 with the one on d2, which is, I believe to be a little bit better for me because the knight on e1 is less active on the one on d2. So you want to trade your piece with the most active piece from your opponent and not the weak one. Okay, now I can go b5 and use the fact that his queen is pinned, so he cannot move the c pawn, and now I'm attacking c4. So see, I have a very healthy advantage here. Knight d4, bishop c4 within the exchange. Queen c3 is better, but I am up material here, I believe. So I can go knight d5 or bishop b3. Let's go knight d5. Take, and then knight c4 is a good move. Let's go rook c8 or a5. Let's go a5. a5 seems more normal. Oh, he has knight c6. Yeah, that's true. AB, but I should win that pawn back somehow. So now the b pawn is very dangerous, and well, he has to play bishop f1 now. Without bishop f1 is completely lost. But bishop f1 is a good move. So let me play. What do I play here? Bishop b3 or bishop d3? Bishop d3 looks okay. So only up one pawn, but it's a pass pawn and it can be dangerous. So what do I do here? Rook d1, rook b1. Okay, let's activate my king first. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Should have rook d1, rook b1. That's much better. But okay. I'm gonna try to trick him here. Knight b5. I have knight d5 or knight d1. Which one do I want to go? Let's go knight d1. Rook d4 is the only move. Then I have rook f2, king g1, rook e2. Okay, knight e3 is a good move. King has to go to h3. Yeah, this is just mate. But king h3, then have rook f2, and that should be winning too. Okay, good game, good game. Let's try another one. Okay, so let's try the Sicilian this time. Okay, very interesting. My opponent is playing a risky gambit. Um, this is supposed to be good for black, but we'll see. So bishop c4 is the best move here. I should go knight f6. Okay, this is not supposed to be good for white. I think. Take. Or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think maybe I misremember something. Huh. Yeah, I think I make a mistake there. Yeah, I should play a6 before knight f6. Yeah. Okay, that's bad. My bad, my bad. So what do I do now? Let's take with the knight. Knight b5 is very dangerous now. But I think I have to sack the exchange and try to go for this. It's pretty bad for me, but I think it's still holdable. So knight c7, king d7, knight a8, bishop c4, knight e5, king c8, knight c4, king d8. I get back the exchange. Maybe some compensation, not that much. So yeah, you're doing good. It's Connor. You're doing good. So just try to keep it up. Okay, that's a good move. Knight a8 is the only move that makes sense to me. So I should take, go king c8, king d8. Yeah, I'm playing terrible here. Maybe e6, no? Let's go king b8. Take e6. Okay, so I'm not even a pawn up for the, I don't even have the compensation of a pawn, but uh, I guess it's not too bad. Let's see. Let's see if I can survive this position. So this is a terrible position, of course. Should be losing, but he still has to win this somehow. So let's go with b5. No? b5, 92, maybe bishop f6. I can take on e3. I can take on e3 actually. So my opponent is playing pretty well here. Okay, this move is a little bit strange. So let me go knight c3. Yeah, instead of b4, I think rook c2 or knight e4 should be much better. But now I actually have some threats. Yeah, like knight e2 is a threat. Knight d3 is a threat. Uh, okay, knight e4, I go knight d3. Knight c3, I can take on e1 or c1. Okay, knight c5 is good. Okay, I should take the rook. And then, okay, he had to take with bc. Taking with the bishop is huge blunder because now he cannot take on c1. So he had to take bc, knight c1, then bishop c1, and he could have been better there. But here it's actually better for black because now I have 3 pieces for the rook, and the knight is coming back to d5. He doesn't have counterplay on the queen side. My knight is coming back to d5 and just gonna activate my king. Okay, that's another blunder. Yeah, very sorry for this. You had a great position after the opening. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna choose some slightly higher rated opponents. So woman FIDE master Julia Brazil from Brazil. Okay, good luck. So Sicilian again. Let's see which variation she's going for. Okay, I'm gonna play the knight off. A3 is very interesting move. So nowadays people play almost every move against knight off. Not sure what's the idea of A3 though. Kind of a prophylactic move, but it's a little bit slow, I would say. So it has an idea of uh, preventing b4, I guess. But other than that, I don't really see an advantage of that move. So should I take e4? Maybe it's too risky. I'm gonna go bishop e7. So maybe she wants to play c4. c4 e6. Knight f6, queen f takes. Okay, I'm not sure what is the idea behind all of this. So if she trade the queens, I think black has a very comfortable endgame. It's typical for Sicilian when you trade the queens and that gets a very flexible pawn structure. So I want to trade the bishops with bishop f6 and then put the knight on e5, knight c4, play on the king side and the center, maybe with some f5 later. So h5, try to gain some space there. I think she has to, yeah, king b1 is a good move. Just don't allow me to trade the bishops. So she can go bishop f2. Okay, she wants to trade. d6 is very safe. I don't think I have too much to worry about. Maybe she has some a4 idea, but I can take. I can take and go to b8. And my knight is coming to c5, which is a pretty good square for the knight. So the rook can come to g6, g5. Wait, did I? No, I didn't miss knight c4. Knight c4, I can play d5. Not a problem there. Let's go knight c5. So bishop e2, I guess. Then maybe rook g6. Trying to attack it. Provoke her to play g4. Okay, she doesn't play. Take maybe d5. No, d5 is a big mistake. d5, ed, bishop d5, rook d5, and then knight c6. No, I cannot blunder that. That could be very bad for me. But I can play rook g3, I guess. So rook d6, rook g2. Try to harass white uh, bishop a little bit. Okay, take, take. Okay, what is this? Can I take e4? So knight e4. Actually, maybe let's go a3. a3 seems like a very strong move. So if b3 now, I take on b3 with the knight. Yeah, I didn't like knight e4 because white can play fe, rook e2, rook c7, king back, and then rook d7, attacking f7. But a3 is a very useful move now. because if rook c5, I take on b2 first, check, and then rook e2. And if b3, then I take um, b3, I take with the knight b3. Okay, so now I have to go back. Where do I go? f8 or e8? e8. Yeah, let's go to e8 first. Although she can give rook c8 and repeat the move, but we'll see if she does that. Okay, she does that. Go back. So rook d8. Okay. Rook d7. Then I have king g6. Huh. Okay. That's not a plan. Yeah, if rook d7, I was planning king g6 there, rook f7, then I have rook c2, take everything, and king f7. But now, interesting question, what to do here. So if I go rook e1, king d2, rook a1, she has rook a7. That's not so easy. So what should I do here? Maybe rook e3. Yeah, rook e3 seems good. So if rook a3, I have rook c2, followed by rook a3, still up a pawn. Okay. Yeah, let's run with the king. Rook f7. Maybe I take f3, or maybe I run to g5. I think running to g5 is safer. Otherwise, my king will be cut off on the g5, and maybe some trouble with the king. But now that I go king g5, my king is very safe on f4. So she can play some rook g7, king f4. Okay, that's good too. King e5. Now rook somewhere, and then I go rook c3. Okay, rook a3 was the best move there, but now I have some. Now I think I have some real winning chances here. Okay, let's go rook c. No, still not so easy. Let's go rook d6. Not allowing the king to match to d2. And maybe I have some rook h3 idea later with the checkmate threat. Okay, e5 is a decent move. So let's go rook c6. Okay, let's go king f5, I guess. Cannot be too bad. And then maybe check. Maybe rook e5. Okay, I take the pawn. I go to d5. Yeah, actually this is not easy. Not easy to win at all. Huh, that must be a mistake. So maybe not. So let's say I take, I go rook b3, king c2, rook b2, rook a2, king b3, rook a1. Maybe this is drawish, but she still has to find some good move here. This could be drawish, but I'm up on time and still not so easy to draw it for white. Okay, if I play yeah, so this is drawish, although I can try a little bit. I'll, I'll try a little bit here. Okay, that's a very good move. Very good move. But luckily, I'm winning here. Yeah, she misplayed. Okay, where do I go here? King d2? Yeah, king d2 seems, no, e4, king c1. Or do I go rook c5? Rook c5 seems easier. e4. Yeah, this is not defending from the long side because the long side is now actually not long enough and the king is cut off. So this is elementary win for black. So I put my king to e1, pawn to e2, and then um, as I said, building a bridge. Okay, let's go back. Actually, rook f5 is also easy here. And then king f1. Okay, so it should be lost. Good game, good game. She fought really hard, but unfortunately during time trouble, she didn't do the best. Okay, let's try another game against a serious lammer. Okay, let's try the King's Indian again. So my understanding is that this is playable for both sides. Nothing too crazy. I'm just making some move, not really useful move, but just some playable move, I think. So first question, do I want to take on d4? I think I should. So let's do that. Okay. Do I need should I take another town? I think it's not bad. So what do I do now? Let's maybe knight e4 trading some more pieces. Knight takes e4, I take with bishop, and then I have bishop g2. Yeah, I think that works. King g2, queen e2, that's my trick. Rook e1, can I take on h3? Um, I don't want to go back because bishop e7, bishop f3. So I should take on h3, I guess. Bishop f3, I'm gonna go queen h4. Queen d7 is also a move. Queen d7 is also a good move. Queen h4 is also not bad, but queen d7 seems better. Bishop a8, queen g4. Let's go queen g4, and then bishop g3 is only move. Then I take on a8, and then I have this threat of queen f3 or bishop d4. Okay. Yeah, queen f4 is a good move actually. Can I take on d4, bishop d4? Okay, let's just go simple. Simple chess is the best. And then maybe some bishop e6. d5, bishop d7, not a problem. Putting my king to g6, just activate the king first. Bishop f6 to take away the e7 square. And then I'm gonna slowly advance my pawns on the king side. So h5, bishop e5 here. Okay, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go a5, h4, a4. So before I have bishop d3 maybe. Rook c1, rook e8. Yeah, I think my position is already very good here. Oh, okay, rook e8. Rook h4 is not good because of rook e2. So that's my trick. f4 also rook e2. So only move here I can see is rook e1 or rook c1. This is bad. Take on a2. I think take on a2, take on g2, take on c4. And I have a lot of pawns here. d5, a3, a2. I have a lot of pawns here. And then bishop d5. And okay, let's play c6. Very safe move. And then h3, h2 also. So totally winning here. g3, h3, h2. Okay, good game. Good game. His mistake was knight takes e4, bishop e4, and then queen d2. Maybe he had to play some bishop d3 there. Okay, let me play one last game against someone lower rated. So this game, okay, 5 minutes against Zevich. I think he had been challenging me for a long time. I apologize to people who didn't get to play me today because I try to play as many people as possible, but there are many challenges here and I cannot accept all of them. So we get to do it another time. Okay, so this is a very sharp variation of the accelerated dragon. Bishop c4 is supposed to be the most challenging move. Rook e8 is interesting, yeah. So he wants to play d5 in one move. So I can actually allow that, or I can just castle. I'm gonna just castle. e6. So he wants d5. He insists on playing d5. That's interesting. So if I go knight d5, d5, ed, yeah, I think that looks pretty good for me. d5, ed, bishop f4. I can even take on d5. Yeah, I think e6 was a mistake for black. You can take with a knight now, but then I take knight d5, ed, queen d5. Should be better for white anyway. So now I have 97 threat and 96 threat. Also 95, I can take it anytime I want. What should I do here? 96, DC, 96, DC, bishop f7, king f8. That's not really good for me. Okay, let's go knight e2. So just normal chess again. Actually, I think I misplayed a little bit because now he can play knight h5. Knight h5 is a very good move, which I'm not sure how to deal with yet. Yeah, I shouldn't do this. I should have taken d5. But okay, knight h5. Knight h5. What do I do? I can go back bishop d2, but then a6, and I don't want to go back all the pieces. So knight h5, maybe I go bishop c7, queen g5, no, queen g5, bishop 96. So bishop c7, queen e7, or queen d7. Then I can go 96, maybe, or maybe bishop d6. I don't know, it's very unclear. It's very unclear to me. But it has to do something like that. If bishop g4, I play f3, he can play queen b6 maybe. Not really. I don't think so. I don't think so. Although it's still complicated. Huh, maybe he see that idea with queen b6. Okay, d3. Interesting. So if I take queen d3, he's gonna go queen b6, king h1. I'm not sure what he gets there. Why he would go for that? I think queen b6 first would be a better move. But here, okay, we got e2, fg, knight g4, maybe h3 I should play, just to push that knight back before he can play some bishop d4. Very dangerous. Okay, so knight e3 is a big mistake here. I think he should have played like a6, hg, ab, and then some bishop d4 idea. But knight e3 is a big mistake because now I take on e3 and I take on f7, and he has to spend another tempo with king h8. Then I take on b7, and I think I have a very nice advantage here. So my knight is ready to come to d6, f7. Okay, maybe not yet. Maybe rook c1. Rook c1. Rook c1 looks like a decent move. Knight d4. Rook c7. That looks really good for me. If knight a5, I have rook a7. So things are looking great for me here. Rook a7, rook a7, rook c8 is winning. So now only move is rook dd8, but that's just losing eventually to something like rook a8, bishop d5. So yeah, other than wait, oh sorry, I missed bishop d4. Oh, bishop d4. Bishop d4, knight d4, rook a7. Actually, maybe black is winning here. Maybe black is winning here. Yeah, I totally forgot about bishop d4. Bishop d4, knight d4, rook a7, rook c8, king g7, knight e6. Oh, sorry. Oh, I mean, actually, black is winning here with bishop d4, but he didn't see that and he thought he was losing. This is very unfortunate. Bishop d4, knight d4, rook a7, knight e6, and then maybe rook a8 or h5. And well, white is not losing. White can play something like bishop d1, bishop f3. White still has good compensation there, but definitely black is not losing also. So yeah, I think I had a pretty good day today. But my opponents, they play some very interesting games too. So thank you all of you guys for playing with me. Hope you guys had fun. And I'm planning to do some more sessions later on my own channel. It's Liem on YouTube, and also on my Facebook page. You guys can see on the stream. So follow me there. I will get to play all of you later. Thank you guys. Have a good day.